In today's video, I am changing my internet setup for living full-time on the road in my motorhome. I've got a new antenna, I've got a new modem, and hopefully this is going to future-proof myself for living on the road and for integrating Starlink into the system. And we get some good speeds, hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's crack on, shall we? Now this is going to be a very tech heavy video, so if that's not your cup of tea, then you might want to wait for another video or check out one of these playlists up here or in the description below, because this is going to be pretty tech heavy, because I love tech, I love gadgets, and I love the internet, so I want the best internet speeds possible. So that's what I'm doing in this video. So like I say, if you want to crack on and watch me on an adventure, then click up here and you can go and watch my Scotland trip. If not, let's get into it. So let me just walk through what I've got right now, and then we'll go from there, shall we? Currently I've got the Netgear, so this is the 4G Netgear. The 5G one is available now, but it's a ridiculous price. I didn't look too much into it, to be fair, I will be honest, and it might do some of the things that I'm going to mention in this video, but as soon as I saw the price tag, I kind of like just zoned out and just walked away from it, because yeah, I was just thinking from 4G to 5G, it's not really much of a difference, and the price is a hell of a lot of difference. So that's the reason I've not gone with the new Netgear. I've got a little 12-volt socket there, runs into a USB Type-C here. This Ethernet port runs down all the way down to my servo to run the Victron stuff. Now here there was a different aerial coming through, so this was the gland and the thing for the TV aerial, those massive triangular shaped aerials that come with most motorhomes, and then they have a massive pole all the way in your wardrobe, which came from here all the way down to about here, and then when you park up, you're meant to unscrew it a little bit, push it up, then turn, twist it and twist it and twist it until you get a good signal, and then lock it in position. They're a waste of time. Honestly, I don't even know why people are still using the big domes and the dishes, the satellite dishes. I get it if you're in the arse end of Europe somewhere and you want to watch Coronation Street or something, then yeah, fine. Okay, you might get it and then I won't because of internet. But everything's available online, you know, streaming's all available. So that got removed a long time ago, the TV aerial. And in place, I had my little antenna, which I'll show you down here because it's been removed now. Oaktree removed it. So the one that was up there, and this just went over the whole of the TV antenna. So this was what I was up there, loads of cable, and it had a few little adapters which then plug into the bottom of the Netgear. So it worked fine, no problem. At the moment I've got a 3 mobile SIM card in there, which I got off Amazon. I'll go through that in a bit. But yeah, plugged in, no problem really. To be fair, it is quite an expensive router. So I will rather keep it with me for like traveling. So like if I go abroad, maybe I might keep it for that, or I might just flog it with the aerial, because it is a great setup for someone. The reason that I've gone for something different is because I want to be able to use my Starlink as and when I do use the Starlink Mini. I want to be able to use it with the router, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Now let me tell you what the antenna I've gone with now, because it's already installed. It is a Poynting. I might have got that right, or I might have got that really wrong. It's MIMO V217. This is the 7-in-1. 7-in-1 as in 7 antennas. 7, yeah, there's 7 of these. So we have got basically, I want to say, and I could be wrong, like I say, no expert, 2 for 3G, 2 for 4G, 2 for 5G, 2 for Wi-Fi, and then 1 for GPRS. I'm not going to be using the GPRS because my new modem will not be doing that. Now this will and should give me the option with the 2 Wi-Fi antennas, give me the option to broadcast and extend my Wi-Fi range outside of the motorhome. Now, my walls are aluminium, so when my router is inside the motorhome and my Starlink is inside the motorhome, people that, like my mates, if they're next to me, when I say, oh, you can use my internet if you need it, they can't really connect to it, and it's really quite hard because the motorhome is almost like a Faraday cage, and blocks all the signals. So that's the main benefit of the antenna, and it's got stronger, should pick up more internet easier and give me better signal with the more antennas basically, and stronger. It's quite big when you see it on the roof. It's not tiny. You wouldn't want it as a wart on the end of your nose, let's just say that. Now, let's look at the new modem, shall we? I said modem, I should have said router. People might get offended or get caught up on that. It's a router. Right, so this is the GLX 3000 5G Wi-Fi 6 router. So should be better Wi-Fi for first and foremost. As you see, you can have all these aerials on them, but we're going to be using the antenna, which is that, to plug into all them. They do come with it. GLInet were kind enough to send this out to me for me to put into my system, so massive shout out to them for that. I appreciate them doing that. I will put links in the description below. It should be a massive addition. Now, the reason I've got this one is because, one, it's Wi-Fi 6. Two, I can then control this a lot more with my Starlink, so I should be able to have bypass mode. So then I can plug in an Ethernet from my Starlink Mini, which I'll set up. I'm not setting up in this video because I've not got a subscription running with Starlink at the moment, because I've only just got back and I don't need it right now. I'm not going to sign up for almost £100 a month subscription until I very, very need it. But it should be able to have my Starlink running into the back of this via an Ethernet cable, and then this will be the internet, but it will be from pulling from Starlink, if that makes sense. I can then have people using my Starlink, like, you know, my friends and that, when I'm at the festivals, but I don't have to give them my Starlink password, because Starlink on the Mini, you only have one account, like one, you don't have guest Wi-Fi and normal Wi-Fi, so you have to give people your main account. Now, I don't really want to do that. And I don't want to be changing passwords constantly, because then you have to change it for everything. And I would like my everything in the motorhome to run off my Starlink when I'm using Starlink. If I'm paying nearly £100 a month for the bill when I need it, I want to be caning it. I want to be using it as much as possible, and I want everything in the motorhome, all the CCTV, the Alexa, everything, to be using the Starlink when it's on and running. So it should be, this will have my SIM card in it, and then that will run normal, so that'll be a free mobile SIM card. Like I said, I'll go through that in a bit. Once I turn Starlink on, it should then start pulling from Starlink, but there'll be no difference in the Wi-Fi. It will just be the, you know, the back end, but this part won't change. So people that are connected, and I can make guest accounts on this one, so I can have a guest account and tell everyone that, and then every now and again I'll change that, and then just in case it gets out of hand, I can change that. But then my system, for all the CCTV and everything that I have running, all my gadgets running, I don't need to change the password for that constantly and keep adding things and changing things and renewing things. All that said, I'm also hoping for fast speeds. So, you know, that's the main thing I want. I want some good speeds. So I did say that GLInet supplied this for me to put into my system, which I'm really appreciative for. The actual antenna I got from Solwise. I bought this with my own money. I reached out to them because I wasn't too sure what one to get. Like I say, I am no expert. I am no expert, and I stand by that. So I dropped him an email, and I spoke to a guy called Dan, I believe, Daniel. Yeah, I think it was Daniel at Solwise. And I said my situation. I said that I've got this and what I do. I've got a motorhome, I'm going to be travelling around. I do go to some rural campsites here, there and everywhere. So I want the best that will go with the GLX 3000. So I was looking at, I think I was looking at the Mimo V215. I think I was looking at that one, but then he suggested the V217, because it will be better in more rural conditions and this, that and the other. And basically he listened to what I needed and suggested the best option for me. Now this was about £225, but I was really impressed and with Solwise and how quick they got back in touch after I emailed them for some support. So yeah, massive shout out to Solwise. I'll leave a link in the description to the antenna on Solwise's site. Like I say, I bought it with my own money, but I just want to give them a shout out because of really good customer services, and they helped me out with what one to get. So yeah, cheers guys, really appreciate it. Now it's probably quite fair to say I'm quite ridiculous with power. And I use a lot of power. I mean, over my shoulder I've got my dishwasher, I've got my air fryer. Down here I've got my ice maker. In the cupboard I've got my deep vat fryer. Now, as you can see, I love power. And I love things like these. Now, this isn't an advert, I promise you. This is some feel-good information, so bear with me, because it is some really good information. Now, EcoFlow care about the environment and the communities around them, so they have done amazing things to try and help the community and the environment. I need notes for this because there's a lot going on. EcoFlow create amazing products, but they're doing amazing things around the world for the planet, for the environment, and for humans, for us, for mankind, you know. That did sound like I was gonna say they're putting a man on the moon. No, that's a bit of a stretch. But they're helping out in natural disasters and helping with relief, because there's plenty of places around the planet that need power, that have natural disasters and need power. And EcoFlow are stepping up and they are helping. Now look at this. EcoFlow have long been concerned about environmental protection and disaster relief. So that's why they started their Members Day, inviting users to participate in CSR projects, corporate social responsibility. I mean, to me, that sounds great straight away, because if we're going to be honest, we don't often hear that, do we? Corporates being responsible. But EcoFlow are changing that, and they are helping these disaster relief zones and the environment around them. Some of the things that they're doing is incredible. They are helping places that need power, like I say, in disaster zones, natural disaster zones, with power banks just like this. They're helping fire brigade services with power like this. St John's Ambulance with power just like this. I mean, how incredible is that? I didn't know the amount of the extent that they go to. I really didn't. I knew they did help out and they've done things around the planet, but I didn't know to the extent that they went to and how many projects they are helping out with. It's incredible. They are putting power banks in schools where they need power. They're putting them in conservation zones. So people that are doing wildlife conservation and research and things like that, they need power just to live a normal life whilst they're doing that research and conservation. EcoFlow are providing power banks just like this and solar panels to these people that are doing conservation and protection and wildlife research and disaster relief. I mean, how good is that? I mean, like I said, this isn't an advert to go and buy one of these. This is a pure feel-good story of what EcoFlow are doing to help the environment, help people, and help the planet. I love a feel-good story. There are so many on their website, which I'll leave a link up here now. You can scan the QR code, go over and then have a look at them, because there's so many stories of what EcoFlow are doing to help the world and help the environment. Now this is where it gets good for you, because you could be winning some goodies and helping the planet at the same time. EcoFlow's third annual Members Festival is here. Each year, they try and find ways to give back to their biggest fans with savings, prizes, and fantastic opportunities to power a new world together. This year's event, members have multiple tasks they can easily complete to unlock savings and chances to win prizes worth up to €899. Also, a very special addition to this year is completed tasks will help to power up an EcoFlow power pool. Once the power pool reaches 300,000 points, 1% of our members festival sales revenue will be donated through our Power for All program. So join us and help power a new world with savings, prizes and assistance for those that need it the most. I told you it was a feel-good story, and there really is some great stories on the website. Make sure you take part in Members Day. Let's make sure we get that power pool up to 300,000 points, and then EcoFlow will donate 1% of their Members Day revenue to the Power for All program, which is a fantastic project. It really is. Now, as you can see, that's where the aerial comes in. Currently, we've got power here for the current one, so I'm going to take that down. That's Velcro to the wall, so I need to take that off in a minute. Okay, so this is the router. Looks quite a fancy bit of kit, to be fair. Lots and lots of ports and plugs and bits for there, which is all good. Now, it runs on a 240 plug, which obviously is not going to be good for in there because I don't have 240 in there. So I have gone online and got one of these. Now this is a USB to 12 volt like booster kind of thing. Come with a load of different adapters. The standard one that it comes with is perfectly fine, so there, that's good. And then it has got a USB this end, and you've got a little button just there which you can then click, and I think it can go from 9, 11, 9, 10 and 12 volts or something like that. 12 volts is what we want. That's what the back of this says. It says 12 to 24 there. This should work, and this was about a tenner off of Amazon. So I won't be using obviously the 240, so this can slide down, and then there should be some details here which I'm gonna kind of cover because I don't want any of you getting me details and trying to hack me or anything like that. Not that I don't trust you, not that I don't, but you know, gotta be careful, aren't we? I'm thinking of having it back here. That's going to be my kind of idea, to have it back here. I've got to neaten this cable up somehow. But yeah, if I can have it back here, because there's not much going on back here, and apart from the Alder heater and the fuse box of some sort. So it would be nice if it's all back there and just tucked out the way. I've shown you guys this stuff before, but this stuff is an absolute lifesaver in the motorhome. If you want to stick anything to a wall, or to anything really, this heavy duty Velcro is absolutely amazing. 50 mil by 100 mil will hold 7 kilos. I haven't tested that to the max, but I have held some pretty heavy stuff on the walls. And even to today, I've got TV remotes still on the wall in the Sundance of Pete's that I put on probably like 5-6 years ago, that are still there on the wall today. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff, and it will hold this no problem. The other thing I thought about while hooking the big cable up here is, if for any reason the Velcro gave out, not that it's a real hard fall because this is my wardrobe, it's just got clothes, this will stop it falling here because it'll just hook and it'll dangle, so that'll be fine. In all honesty, I really don't think I need to do much with the cables. We've got power, we've got 2.4G and we've got 5G. I'm assuming that's Wi-Fi. Cellular, it doesn't say we've got anything there at the moment, and it doesn't say we've got any internet at the moment. I'm not too sure. I didn't show you these because I'm not using them, but included in the router box is all the aerials, so you do have what it looks like on the box. So if you've not got the big on the roof, then you can use these instead, and I'm sure they'll be just fine. This is not going to come as a shock, but up until now I haven't used any of the instructions whatsoever. But all it says, I've just connected to the Wi-Fi, but all it says is, I mean, the instructions are not big at all, so it's not hard. is just connect to the GLX 3000, and you need the SSID from that sticker on the underneath of the router. So yeah, good tip that you do need to get that before you stick it to the wall and all this and that. It'd be a lot easier. So now I'm just going to run through on here and see what we've got. That was really easy to set up, and there is so many settings within inside the router that can be changed, which is exactly what I want. Being able to tweak things, you know, have guest accounts and this, that, and the other. And I can't wait to try the Starlink. I want to run something past you with the Starlink. I could mount the Starlink to the roof out here and leave it up there permanently, but I did kind of want the option of being able to take it outside and move it around, because that's what it's, you know, it's portable. It is, you know, it is portable. So I'm still in two minds. I haven't really found the best of mounts yet to use. I know there are some out there, but I'm thinking of maybe just having it so I can poke it out the skylight, or have it somehow. I know I'm not going to get the best of signal whilst I'm driving around or anything like that, or whilst I'm, you know, it's whatever, but poking, facing just upwards and somewhere hanging somewhere here like this. I've had it like that before, and it's just plonked there in between the two, you know. I'd like something. I tried to Velcro it to the top of the skylight, but in the warmer weather, the sun heated up the glue, and then it gave way and fell. So that's not good. So if there was something to clip on here or something, if you guys know of any thing like that, this is the skylight. It's a big, you know, big skylight. I'd like it to just be here but still be flexible. Then my idea is to run the Ethernet cable. If it's either full-time out there, then I might run it through the gland that comes out the back there, or again I can just pop the Ethernet cable through here, and just run it along and then straight into the wardrobe. Now the best solution, oh look at all them lights, lovely, it's all working. Now the best solution probably would be to run the Ethernet, have it fixed on the roof, but I could still, if I really wanted to, remove it and then run it through this gland up here, straight in, and then run the Ethernet straight into there for the Starlink. And then that's all neat and tidy. It depends on how much I'm going to use it this season. This season will be the real test. I got it on the back end of last season, and used it here and there. So I will probably pop over to Europe this summer, this season. So I'll use it over there, and I'll use it here at the festival. So I'm going to give it a good test and then see how permanent it's going to be in my life and in the van. Don't get me wrong, it was an expensive bit of kit. It was like, you know, £400 for the actual dish, and then it's £100 a month, or £96 a month when you turn it on. If it turns out to not be so useful, then I will let you know, and I will, you know, own up and say, hey, I made the mistake and I laid out 400 notes for it, so you didn't have to. And then I'll probably, you know, flog it to someone that would use it maybe. But that's only if it isn't useful. But at most cases I've used it so far, is it will get me out of stick when I'm like on a campsite and I'm, you know, there is literally no signal. Now I said I was going to talk to you about my free SIM card. So let me tell you a little trick about that. Now I've probably told you guys this before, but I go on Amazon, and I will show it on the screen now. Well, Luke will. And I'll leave it in the link in the description below. You can buy unlimited data SIM cards from Amazon from various different providers. I know I've had it from EE before. I've got one from Free now. I think you can probably get one from maybe O2 and maybe Vodafone. I'm not 100% sure on them, but I know there are various ones out there. But the beauty of them is you're paying a lump sum straight up, which, all right, that's not the greatest thing to do because no one likes paying a lump sum, but you pay about, well, I'm going to have a look now. I might as well just do this live and have a little look. Okay, so on Amazon right now these prices can change, so don't take my word for it, but you know, go and have a little look. So they've got a SIM card on there right this minute. Now there is a deal, and there is usually deals quite often, and this is expiring in August 2026, and it's £142. So there you go. Now that is an unlimited 3 mobile SIM card. There is no minutes on that, and it is UK based only. If my maths is right, and it might be wrong, that's about 17 months. So if that is right, let's just run that quickly. 17 months, and let's just do, here we go, £143 divided by 17. That's £8.41 a month for unlimited internet with free mobile until August 2026. Now there are various other ones on there. There's ones that are expiring in July 2027 for 200 quid, April 2026, December 2025. There's loads of them. Now the one downside to them is, like I say, it is UK based only. So if you're going over to Europe, the minute you cross, boom, they're dead. It will still work when you get back, unless you stay a long time. But you can't add a roaming, you can't add a bolt on, you can't add an extra. There's no goodie bags to add to make it work in Europe. The good side of them is, yep, you're paying up front, but you're getting an absolute steal, like £8 a month for unlimited internet. Now they do other ones, like EE, October 2026, that's even longer, that's 250 quid. August 2026, so that's the same, that one is £235. So there are some fluctuations in prices depending on the network you go with. My mobile phone is with EE, now my SIM card is with Free, just to try and, you know, space it out, and then if one's down then the other's not. Top tip. And they are usually really good bargains to be had when it's Prime Day, Amazon summer spring sales, and Cyber Monday and Black Friday. Them times they literally give them away. They really are giving them away. So if you're not in a hurry or your contract doesn't end until then, put it in your diary, mark it out, look them up. Like I say, link will be in the description. Have a little look, and yeah, bag yourself a bargain on one of them when they go on sale, because it's not a bad little deal. Not a bad little deal. That is the new system in and up and running. I'm going to be putting it through its paces over the next couple of weeks. I will be firing up the Starlink in no time at all and running that through the system as well, seeing how that performs, and I will report back if I've got any bugs, any issues. But yeah, all the links and everything will be in the description below. So if you want to check them out, check them out. I need to put all that away, put my wardrobe back together. If you've got any hints, tips, questions, suggestions of videos or anything like that, or stuff like the Starlink brackets, then drop them in the comments below, and I'll catch you lovely lot in the next one. Take it easy. Bye. A quick update already. Yep, as soon as I went and parked up, I was getting issues with the Wi-Fi. So far, I've boiled it down to this cable. Not working, not powerful enough. The Wi-Fi was going on, then it was off, then it was on, then it was off, but it was staying on the box, so the lights were on the box. But then when I tried to do anything really power hungry, I suppose, use data, it just kept coming on and off on the MacBook, and then on my phone, and then on my iPad. So yeah, this cable that I thought would work with all the little connections, and it says it can do 12 volt. Not pulling its weight. So what I have done, last night I used this cable, which is I actually bought this for my Starlink. It's got the Starlink end. This is the same size barrel for the Starlink as it is for the router. It is on a PD USB type C. So I plugged that in last night and that did work. So I'm going to keep testing that. At the moment I've got an EcoFlow in there running on the 240, just testing it, seeing if it's any better or if this cable will work. There's just a quick update for you, live as it happened really. I will keep testing and I will get back to you on that. I thought I'd just quickly interject before the video ends and let you know that. And now the video can end. So if you've got any hints, tips, comments, recommendations, requests, anything, drop them in the comments below, and I'll catch you lovely lot in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.